One thing that's popped up is a lot of debris. Check this out. This is a piece of insulation that was very close to where I parked. I didn't see it when I first got here because it was so dark. Only moments ago, I saw what appeared to be 2 body bags being removed from the home. We had our windows back here cleaned off about 15 minutes ago. Look at that. Just going to show you that t-shirt we froze one last time. Check this sucker out. It's not going anywhere. It is so stiff and frozen. I wanted to show you guys as we get ready to head into this weekend winter weather, a makeshift emergency kit that I actually made this morning. So take a look around in this yard. All of this metal that you see out here, automatically, 10% off, right? Nearly 10% with that tax exemption. While staff say dropping the fines will put more books on the shelves, it's actually the community that benefits the most from Fine-Free Month. Now for the month of June, you can actually bring in school supplies in exchange for overdue fees. Jacks Creek drivers put the brakes on a 10-year-old driving an SUV Wednesday. Police say a report came in claiming the pint-sized pedal pusher was heading toward Henderson on Highway 100.
I don't feel safe as it is. Can you imagine having a 10-year-old behind the wheel? No, I would feel completely unsafe.
Police say the SUV traveled several miles during the busy afternoon hours. This 3-minute time-lapse video taken around noon shows it's pretty clear traffic stays steady along this state road.
I could do a lot of wreckage and a lot of damage, and way too young and just not a very responsible thing to do.
According to an incident report, 3 people are inside the vehicle. Once police stopped the 10-year-old driver, they realized there was a 7-year-old in the back seat and Dad was in the front seat. He told investigators he was trying to teach the child how to drive.
That wasn't a good move on his part. He should have thought of his children's lives. That's dangerous.
Records show Burleson's license has been suspended since 2014. Drivers I spoke with in Henderson say Burleson crossed the line by possibly putting so many lives in danger.
It just makes me mad that people are getting away with stuff like this.
Merry Christmas, how you doing today? Well, thank you, sir. Now you got that spirit. Well, I got that spirit. And basically, this is my 3rd year doing this. You always want to ring the bell. You always want to say Merry Christmas. You always want to have a smile. You always want to present that, that aura of Merry Christmas. How you doing today? How y'all doing today? God bless you. Sometimes I see sadness. Sometimes I see frustration. It's just wonderful to be able to bring a smile to somebody's face. You got a pretty smile.
Thank you.
And thank you. God bless you. This bell rings constantly. I made up enough noise, haven't I? Merry Christmas. Well, thank you. And a ho, 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 and away we go. A lot of you like that. Merry Christmas. I've had people to come back and say, well, you're not singing today. Or you're not, what song you want to hear? And a very Merry Christmas. And a Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. You got that kind of spirit, and they want to be a part of that. And you can share that, and it can grow, and it can help somebody, I've had so many people take that home and come back the next day and say, well, thank you for that. Oh, it makes me feel good because I get something too. And a very Merry Christmas. And a Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Gotcha. Merry Christmas.
From a chair to an old hose, items like these are piling up on streets across the hub city. Some residents say garbage has been littering their lawns for weeks.
There's no time how long it's going to stay there unless they do something, We can call in, they say they behind.
While crews could be seen working Wednesday afternoon, the city says it is behind in debris pickup.
So we're trying our best to do what we can.
Check out this video. It didn't take us very long to find pile after pile after pile, waiting to head to the dump. So while we drove around town, we found several piles just like this one. I'm 5'2", and this one is way taller than I am. With a fleet of 7 claw trucks, the city says 2 are being repaired, though workers can't say what's wrong with them or when they'll be back in service.
It's just a hazardous. That's all it is. It needs to be cleaned up. When it's stowed out, we call in, they need to come picked up. They don't do that.
The city says ideally trucks could collect garbage like this every 7 days, but there tends to be more to collect during summer months.
We take 4 or 5 pickups on a street and just tying that by several other streets, that's a lot of power pickup.
City Councilman Johnny Dodd says the city isn't completely to blame. He says contractors haven't been removing their rubble either.
A lot of people putting stuff on the cities is not really the city responsibility.
The city says crews have been working overtime shifts for 2 weeks to catch up to the waste, and nearly 200 tons have been removed. In East Jackson, Victoria Taylor, WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News. I wanted to show you guys as we get ready to head into this weekend winter weather, a makeshift emergency kit that I actually made this morning based on recommendations from the THP. So let's open up the news vehicle here. All right, so what I did was I took all of these things from my home, so it didn't actually cost me any money. It was just a matter of putting it in the car. So like this extra blanket, I wasn't using that. Went ahead, put it in this container here. I also got a flashlight. I had a box of snacks, some nuts, some hand warmers. I'm a big fan of extra wool socks and using an extra set of gloves in there. We always keep a first aid kit in this news car. We also have the jumper cables here. And then I also went ahead and packed a bag of extra clothes with some toiletries left over from vacations. Again, this did not cost me anything. It was just a matter of actually putting it in the car. I'll continue to keep you guys updated and check back in a bit. I want to show you what these homeowners actually woke up to this morning. Okay, let's start with their roof. All right, as far as we can see with the home, the shingles that you see misplaced up there, that's really the only damage that we can see from looking at the home. But when you go down, you start to see all of this metal. Now, their yard is completely littered with this metal. The residents here tell me that that's from a shed from their neighbors who lived about a quarter of a mile away. You can see it stretches from the front of their house all the way down into the ground. We've also got several trees blown over here, and it wasn't just this house. Homes across the street, neighboring homes also hit. This is just the one I say was probably the most severe that I've seen this morning. We wanted to do something a little bit different and give you an actual live look at those roads that we are driving. Just to be clear, I am not the driver. I am in the passenger side. I've set up the camera on our dashboard. So take a look right now. This is Hollywood. We've transitioned from 412 where we were in Crockett County this morning. Now we've made it back into Jackson.